Thank you very much. The next thing is we want to present the man Goodluck Jonathan. We call it the Essential Jonathan, being the citation of Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, GCFR. Your Royal Majesty, Mr. Chairman, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, GCFR, and President Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, was born to a humble Niger Delta family of canoe makers on November 28, 1957. Growing up in the warmth of a close-knit family, Dr. Jonathan had humble yet adventurous beginnings. In spite of the enchanting beauty of the Niger Delta and the pristine innocence of those times, the young Jonathan, rather than take after the family trade, chose to go to school. He attended St. Stephen's and St. Michael's primary schools, Olobiri, finishing in 1969. He proceeded to Mater Dei High School, Imigri, where he passed his West African school certificate with flying colors in 1975.
On completion of his secondary education, he worked as a preventive officer with the Nigerian Customs Service for 2 years before proceeding to the University of Port Harcourt as one of the pioneer students of the new university, nestling on the shores of the Choba River. He chose zoology. As a child, he had been fascinated with nature, and growing up by the shores of the intertwining rivers and waterways of the Niger Delta aquatic life was second nature for him. He graduated with second-class upper honors in 1981. In 1985 and 1995, he studied for his master's and PhD degrees in hydrobiology and fisheries biology and zoology, respectively, from the same university. But this was not until he had completed his mandatory 1 year of National Youth Service in Iresio, Old Oyo State, now Osun State of Nigeria. Returning to the warm embrace of family and friends in 1982, he was appointed as Science Inspector of Education, Rivers State Ministry of Education, while studying in between for his postgraduate and graduate degrees. Between 1983 and 1993, he took up employment as a lecturer in the Department of Biological Sciences, Rivers State College of Education. In 1993, he was appointed Assistant Director, Ecology of the defunct Oil Mineral Producing Areas Development Commission, OMPADEC, in charge of environmental protection. Working in a developmental environment, his desire to better off the lots of his people motivated him to answer the call to service. He resigned his job in 1998 and went into politics.
His honesty, simplicity, loyalty, charisma, quiet strength, and determination made him an ideal running mate to Chief DXP Alamasia on the Bayelsa People's Democratic Party PDP gubernatorial ticket. He won the elections and he served as a deputy governor from 1999 to 11th of December 2005. On the 12th of December 2005, that year, he became the substantive governor of Bayelsa State. It wasn't long after fate once again beckoned. He was busy preparing for re-election to his first full term as substantive governor when the PDP, which is the largest political party on the continent of Africa, nominated him as running mate to the presidential candidate Alhaji Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. After a keenly contested election, the Yar'Adua Jonathan ticket won, and on May 29, 2007, he was inaugurated as Nigeria's vice president. Ladies and gentlemen, on the 9th day of February 2010, Dr. Jonathan assumed office as Nigeria's acting president by virtue of a National Assembly resolution empowering him as acting president, following President Yar'Adua's long absence for medical attention outside the country. Dr. Goodluck Jonathan was sworn in on the 6th of May 2010 as President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, following the passing away of President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua on May 5th, 2010.
And on May 29, 2011, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan took oath as President and Commander-in-Chief after his victory in the 2011 presidential election. Dr. Jonathan has received several local and international awards. He was voted the best performing deputy governor in 2002 by IPAN, given the Democracy and Good Governance Award by Nigeria Union of Journalists in 2004. The Africa International News Magazine League conferred on him the Niger Delta Development Award, the Nigeria Bar Association, the Distinguished Personality Award in 2006, and the All African Students Union in South Africa, the Africa Leadership Award 2006. Additionally, the Nigerian Union of Teachers voted him the best performing governor in education in the South-South in 2006. He was also recognized by the International Federation for World Peace, HFWP, in 2006, July 22nd, Ambassador for Peace Merit Award, as well as the Leadership and Good Governance Merit Award. And one of the key qualities of a great leader, as we all know, is that the span of his vision must transcend the particularities of his time and space. He must not possess a tunnel vision that restricts his understanding or appreciation of issues and events to the time in which he lives in.
President Goodluck Jonathan, ladies and gentlemen, is one such leader. His understanding of the Nigerian condition and his vision for the country mark him out as a prospective leader in whose hands Nigeria is inexorably inching towards greatness. The transformation agenda of his administration, unveiled in 2011, is not only a blueprint for launching Nigeria into the League of Developed Nations of the world in the near future, but also a seminal document from which future leadership of this country can draw inspiration. In just a little over 3 years, the effect of the transformation agenda are feasible for Nigerians to see. President Jonathan, the other hand, is a tried and tested Democrat whose utterances and actions have helped to strengthen Nigeria's democratic culture. He has reformed our electoral system and widened space for participation. Under his watch, elections in Nigeria are steadily moving away from the old system of violence and ballot box snatching to a more refined and issues-based process. Ladies and gentlemen, President Jonathan, as a Democrat, has shown himself to be different and has refrained from intervening in elections to place his party at advantage. Under him as president, his party, the PDP, has lost crucial elections to the opposition party, and he has been quick to congratulate the winners of such elections. Under his careful watch, Nigeria has not witnessed the spate of political assassination of political opponents, as was the case before he assumed leadership of this great country.
President Goodluck Jonathan forces no opinion on others and has demonstrated this on several occasions as he changed policy decisions in response to superior arguments and public opinion. He is a respecter of all faiths, Christians, Muslims, and traditionalists. He has never been found to disparage any tribe, religion, or political persuasion. This clearly puts him in the league of great world leaders and statesmen who effectively manage the plurality of their nations for greater development. Ladies and gentlemen, President Jonathan's politics is ruled by an uncommon desire to serve. He has displayed a rare sense of statesmanship and political tolerance since his entry into the political arena. As contestant, the president has repeatedly stated that no ambition of any politician is worth the blood of any Nigerian. While many others preach violence through hate speeches and threats, Dr. Jonathan preaches healthy contests and politics without bitterness. One other attribute that stands President Jonathan out is his unflinching respect for the rule of law. More than any other Nigerian leader in recent times, he has demonstrated a heightened respect for separation of powers and respect for due process. Under him, executive impunity associated with governments in the past has found no place in the Jonathan administration. It is a matter of public knowledge that in the Jonathan era, the other arms of government, the legislature and the judiciary, carry out their duties without interference from the executive. There is no doubt that the present stability and harmony existing in the national